You can take a shuttle or a cab from the ship to town, but it's really not that bad of a walk. It's about 10 to 15 minutes, about 3/4 of a mile from the port to a little shopping area. It's all flat and it's an easy walk, and you get to see the ships and you're right along the water. And today there's a breeze, so it's a beautiful little walk. You can take pictures of the ship. There's also other photo opportunities that say Ensenada. Some days there's a giant Mexican flag, which also makes for great photos. Unfortunately, today it is not up. When it is hot, they also have some water features that children can play in, which is also fun. They're selling food over there and lots of other little souvenirs. It's a little windy. But it's not that bad of a walk. You don't have to pay for a shuttle unless you have mobility issues, but otherwise it's a very flat, nice walk from the port to the ships. I got French toast again.
And I got the express breakfast with scrambled eggs, hash brown, bacon, sausage, and a little side of white toast. Fun fact about the Carnival Radiance. It used to be the Carnival Victory, and it used to sail out of Miami, and it was our very first Caribbean cruise, and it was also our very first balcony. A lot of great times on it, and really the only thing that we really remember from it was that it was very green. And when they remodeled it to do to make it the Radiance, they got rid of all the green, so it's more of a brown muted colors at this point, but it used to be very, very green. Anyway, great ship, check it out. We're in Ensenada on the Navigator of the Seas, and the Radiance is here, the Carnival Radiance. And we thought it would be a good opportunity to answer a question that we get asked a lot, which is, which one's better, Carnival or Royal Caribbean? And since we have just gone on Royal Caribbean for the first time in 20 years, we thought we'd do a quick video here in Ensenada to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of each. So we've been on the Radiance several times, and one of the things that we definitely missed on the Navigator of the Seas is Shaq's Big Chicken and Guy's Burger. They do have a Johnny Rockets, which is a for pay. I think it's like $15 for a burger and fries, whereas Guy's is free. And Shaq's Big Chicken, they do not have anything equivalent on this ship.
And Shaq's is also included, so it's complimentary with your fare.
The Navigator is probably about a third larger than the Radiance, so if you're looking for a larger ship, definitely go with the Navigator. A lot of areas to explore, a lot of bars, a lot of specialty restaurants. Very nice ship. It's older. There's definitely some TLC needed around the ship, but overall it's really nice. It has the FlowRider, which is really cool to watch people on. Didn't do it myself, but definitely enjoyed watching people. They also have a rock wall up there, which is included. Also did not do that, but did watch some people do it. And even if you got to the top, that was kind of fun. There are three water slides on the ship. I think one was or is the world's largest or longest water slide. It's kind of overcast, so we haven't done it this trip, but it looks really fun, and the kids seem to be having a great time on it. Christina?
There's also a very large arcade on board for the kids and different kids areas. Unlike Carnival, which has like a smaller arcade, it's not as big. But I will also say that the Carnival ship has a ropes course, which is included, and a lot of kids and adults enjoy going on the ropes course. And there's not really, I mean, the most equivalent on the Navigator is the rock wall, which is a different kind of experience. So it's different things depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah, I would say overall, both ships are a lot of fun. They both had similar vibes to me, and I would recommend going on either one for a quick 3-day vacation down to Ensenada. It's a great weekend getaway, and you really can't go wrong on either one.
Fruit, don't bring it off the ship. When we were getting off the Navigator, some gentleman had an apple in his hand that he was going to take off the ship, and they asked him to not take the apple off, and he decided that he wasn't going to go on shore then, so it ruined his day in Ensenada. It's not worth it. Don't bring the fruit. They did have a fruit sniffing dog, and they can fine you. So eat on the ship or eat off ship, but don't bring food off ship, especially fruit.
Little market over here in Ensenada with a very large flagpole. Normally has a large Mexican flag on it, but for whatever reason, not today. Carnival Radiance in the background. Somewhere Christina's around here shopping.
Quick Lido Lowdown for you. If you're going to go into the little shops, make sure you have cash and make sure you have small bills. It makes it easier to negotiate with the prices. Don't pull out $20 and be like, oh, I only have $2. Try to have small bills. It's better for your negotiation. Puerto de Ensenada. Bienvenidos, amigos. Just because they sell it over in the little shopping area doesn't mean it's legal for you to bring it on the ship. So just remember not to buy any weapons or guns or replicas or any kind like that, even though they sell them over there, because you will not be able to take it on the ship and they'll confiscate it and it's not worth it. So just because they're selling it doesn't mean it's legal to take on the ship. Make your purchases carefully.
This is our last day on the Navigator of the Seas. We just got back to our room from Ensenada and we have this little guy on our bed. Neither Christina nor I can figure out what it's supposed to be. Maybe some type of bird, maybe a turkey. I'm not really sure, but do me a favor and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think it might be. Just got my Johnny Rockets cheeseburger. I got the spicy Houston, which is a jalapeno and a smokehouse chipotle and some cheddar cheese. I also got some cheese fries and a side of ranch. It cost about $17 with the gratuity. Unless you have the dining package, then it's included. It took probably 10 to 15 minutes. They give you a beeper. I thought it'd be quicker, so I waited for it, but it took about 10 or 15 minutes for the burger to be ready, and I'm about to dig into it. Just finished my Johnny Rockets spicy Houston burger with jalapenos. When I unwrapped it, I have to admit, I wasn't very impressed, but it actually was a lot better than I was giving it credit for. If I had to compare it to other cruise lines, especially Guy's Burger on Carnival, it's no comparison, and Guy's is free and honestly faster even with a long line. But if you have the dining package and you're looking for a lunch, this isn't a bad burger, and the cheese fries are actually pretty good. Give it a shot.
But they should post it tomorrow, next cruise, not today.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. One thing I have to give to Royal Caribbean is they have straws. Carnival has completely done away with straws except for these funky chocolate fall apart
They have lime.
straws that are absolutely disgusting. These are actually real straws that are supposedly upcycled marine waste. So super excited. Got a handcrafted margarita, by far my favorite drink on board. And Christina got a modified Cozumel sunrise. We're calling it an Ensenada sunrise because instead of the tequila, she asked for it with Malibu rum. Have we tried it yet?
We have not. Give it a little stirry. Oh, that's yummy.
That's yummy?
Quite yummy.
All right. We're back here in the Windjammer Buffet Bar. And Noel here is taking care of us. And we're going to sit and enjoy our drink. Hello from the helipad.
Hello from the helipad. I can hear the sea lions. I can see the pelicans. I can feel the breeze.
Even though we're docked?
There's still a breeze. It's windy.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
But the sun came out, so it's nice.
It is.
Feels nice today.
And there be the Radiance.
I do love the sound of the sea lions, though.
They just need a bar up here.
That is true.
Where are we heading?
I don't know.
We just lost at Logo Trivia
I did. By one.
at Schooner's Bar.
My son is going to be mad. I missed one because it was for the Switch. I should have known that.
Really?
Yeah.
Without colors, it makes it hard sometimes.
It's very difficult without colors.
Want to go hit up the promenade deck?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Pretty sure he was the one in the cabin next to me on the balcony on the Friends. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check out that video. You'll see him. Unexpected neighbor. We just ordered a pile of nachos at Playmakers. It has guacamole, jalapeno, cilantro, red onions, some salsa, sour cream. They look delicious. Christina, a little less excited about them.
I would prefer it without some of those things, but I'm going to make it work.
You're going to make it work. All right, let's dig in. We are at Boleros and thought we would give the signature drinks here a try. I got the coconut mojito with a coconut rim, and Christina got her world famous
Malibu sunrise.
Malibu sunrise. It's like a Cozumel sunrise, but with Malibu rum. Let's see how this tastes. That is really good. And the coconut rim, I would recommend it. How was yours?
Mine is very good. It's very sweet, but it's very good. We are sailing out of Ensenada right now, and we are up in the Cosmopolitan Club, which has amazing sweeping views all around. I have gotten a Curacao Cosmo, and it's quite tasty. Tony got another one of his new favorite handcrafted margaritas, and we're just gonna sit here and enjoy watching the ship leave Ensenada. It's a bit hazy outside, but it's still a cool view. Where's your favorite place to watch Sailaway?
Well, Christina, this is the last night of the Navigator of the Seas. We just left Ensenada, and we are heading back to San Pedro. So what are your honest opinions of the Navigator of the Seas?
It has a different vibe than I'm used to on other ships, both the Princess ship and the Carnival ship and the Disney ship. I'm not quite sure what the difference is. I haven't quite decided whether it's going to be put into rotation or not. I think I'd have to probably give it at least one other chance. There's things that were better than the other ships and things that were not as good in my experience, in my opinion. Nothing bad about Royal, it's just not what I'm used to. But overall, I mean, we had a good time, but that's what we do.
True. I definitely had a great time. Last time I was on Royal Caribbean was Vision of the Seas 20 years ago, and I am definitely looking forward to another Royal Caribbean. I'd like to do one of the newer ships, Icon, Star of the Seas, something like that, so I could really see the latest and greatest. But I'm going to see what's available next, and we'll go from there. But I love the FlowRider. Really loved watching people on that. Not doing it, but I love watching people on it.
I love the 80s party.
The 80s
Down
party
the
was
promenade.
awesome.
That was so much fun.
I do actually kind of like the promenade in the middle of the ship. Christina thinks it looks like the inside of a Vegas hotel,
Or a
which
mall.
it does at times. But I like being able to go bar to bar and the shopping and the food, and that's all really cool.
I would have liked to spend more time in the casino because I think it's fun, but it was just so poorly laid out. You could not get into a seat. If people were sitting in the seats, you couldn't maneuver around. And the putting your money from your card, your room key, into the machine was not very self-explanatory. And I ended up having to ask someone who brought me a little piece of paper that gave the instructions, which says it's not the easiest and they have to have a piece of paper to give to people. But I did figure it out and came up a little bit ahead, but I didn't spend too much time down there because it was just too crowded and awkward.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I'm not as much of a casino person as Christina, but it wasn't one of the better casinos in my opinion. I thought the bars were really nice. I like Schooners and the trivia that we had there. What was that?
That was fun.
That was fun. The R Bar, Mike, the bartender, was really awesome there. The Copper, what was that called?
Clover and Copper.
Clover and Copper.
Cloverfield and Copper.
Yeah, I don't know. That one didn't. I was kind of excited about that one. It didn't really call to me. The Parrot one, the Bamboo Bay bamboo.
Bamboo room?
The bamboo room, yes, with the
I love
with
the-
Cliff, the parrot,
Ambiance in there.
and the ambiance. Unfortunately, it was rarely ever actually open.
Yeah. They had private events in there.
Yeah,
and
they had private
it was
events.
closed a lot.
It was closed, and I understand there's a new pesky parrot on the newer ships. I would definitely like to check those out because I like that vibe, the tiki vibe.
And I hope they have that Benny's Mai Tai because that was yummy.
Yeah, I had some type of mezcal something, and it was smoky.
Kill your zombie.
Yeah, it was good. Again, you have to like mezcal, or you will not like this drink. It was very potent. Yeah, overall, I liked it. I think, it's an older ship, so you have to kind of go into it with certain expectations. You're not going on the Icon or one of their newer ships. So how does it compare to Carnival? I think it really depends on what you're looking for. They were both a lot of fun. I think there was a lot of people on here that were, doing the 3-day booze cruise, just like they do on Carnival. So I didn't really notice a big difference there. They always talk about Carnival clientele, and I didn't really notice that. It was
a lot of the same type of
it was very similar. People trying to do a weekend getaway, doing group,
bachelorette parties and
doing
big
group
groups
cruises,
and family reunions, and
So I think if that's what you're going for, then a 3-day cruise, whether you're on the Carnival ship or you're on a Royal Caribbean ship, it is what it is. It's a weekend party cruise. So you just have to come expecting and understanding that, whether it's Royal Caribbean or not. I don't think that really matters. But yeah, I would recommend the ship. I would definitely do this ship again. And I'm looking forward to my next Royal Caribbean.
And remember, even if everything isn't perfect, it's still your vacation. Make it a great one.
Until next time. See you guys.